Ever since the Discovery Channel fired Bear Grylls for eating protein bars, I've been hired to replace him. This is me surviving in the mountain wilderness. The first step of wilderness survival is to find a high point and scavenge for food. From this elevation I can see that there's a lot of trees scattered in the far distance. There's some hills, some steep hills that I need to overcome and climb. Where I can see some dense vegetation growth, which tells me there's a good source of animals. This is the animal trap I've built, and you see this is right in the line of an animal's path coming down this wilderness trail. And it's gonna go right below this, and it's gonna trigger this, and bam! It's gonna trap the animal. And we're gonna come back and we're gonna retrieve the animal and we're gonna eat it. Sounds like a solid plan. Now, if your animal trap doesn't prove successful, the next best option is to get right down on the ground and search for little bugs. The bigger, the juicier, the better. You want to crunch a little bit so you know it's good. Or you can find little berries. Berries, they're awesome. Finding berries in nature, it's just like eating cake. You just pop it right in your mouth. They're great. Alright, as you can see, I'm building a shelter. Now, you gotta remember, you're in the wilderness. You don't know, there could be bears, coyotes, there could be hyenas, depending on which terrain you're in. Fisher cats, mountain lions, crazy animals. And at night you can't see where they're coming from. It could be attacking you from behind, attacking you from the front. You don't know, because it's dark. And you gotta protect yourself by building a quality shelter. As you can see right now, what I've got in front of me, I've got a lean-to shelter, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go at night, I'm gonna cover this all up, and I'm gonna sleep right there all night, and it's gonna cover me from the rain. It's gonna be the best night's sleep I ever had. As you can see, I've completed my shelter, complete with a moss pillow for night, for a little extra comfort, you know. It's a piece of home. But now that I've built my wonderful shelter, I can focus my attention on different areas of survival. Now, when you're in the wilderness, you never want to lose sense of where you are, and it's important at all times to know what direction you're going in. Now, I have a little trick. You take a stick and you mount it into the ground, and you look at the direction of the shadow of the stick. Now, you know where north is, south is, right? And we're going south. This way is south, and we're going to head south now. Alright, I just woke up, I had a great night's sleep in my shelter, but all night I heard noises that resembled a bear noise. They were growling, fighting, they were roar. That's all. I heard that all night. Roar, and I was scared. And now bears are very smart, and they'll see this fort, and they'll know a human's around. They'll see the fort, they'll smell the human. So I have to destroy the fort so the bears won't know I'm here. Now the bears will never know. Now we have to go. The bears! Now, as you all know, the wilderness is pretty dangerous, and we all get into trouble. And you see right here, I've cut myself. And I'm gonna show you how to fix these cuts. Because if you want to take care of them in the wilderness, or else they could get infected, your leg could bleed out, and you might have to amputate it. And believe me, it's not fun. I had to do it last year. Now, the first step is you take an evergreen tree, and you take a little branch, and you wipe your leg gently with evergreen. And then, you grab a leaf, and you put it over that, and you go like this. Gets all the moisture out, kills all the germs. And then, yeah, that's a fresh one. I need to do some more. Alright, put some on there. I think this should be good. I think my wound will heal now. Now, and to get a Band-Aid, you want to look for a moss. And usually you'll find them that grow on the side of trees. But if you can't find moss, plain old dirt will do. Just put the dirt on, and it'll act like a Band-Aid. It's all good now. I'm looking for bears. You see these mushrooms right here? Now, usually when you see mushrooms, you're like, awesome, a great food source. And you're thinking, this is gonna last me through another meal. But unfortunately, these mushrooms, you see how they have the dome top with the small hole in the top? That tells you they're poisonous. Now, if you eat those, you're gonna be out for a good 2 days with some serious problems. And you really don't want me to describe them right now. So I'm just gonna... Now, when you're in the wilderness, you want to keep your eye out for all types of food sources. Whether that's little bugs, or it's berries, or it's squirrels. You want to be open to all options. And see, I climbed this tree because I see a bird's nest. And I see that there's plenty of eggs in it, and I'm just gonna take a couple, just little snacks. Eggs provide really nutritious meals, so you just want to keep all your options open. Look, a beaver! Alright, I'm getting a little cold, and when it gets a little dark out in the sky, you have to be careful, because although it may be 70 or 80 degrees during the day, the temps could dip below 20 degrees at night. You gotta keep your eyes out for anything that can keep you warm. Sometimes burying yourselves in a pile of leaves works. But I'm really, really excited. I found a jacket. And I couldn't be more happy. Fits me perfectly, and I'm ready to go. Now, when you're surviving in a mountain wilderness, you have to remember, you can't necessarily choose your path to freedom. Sometimes you have to overcome obstacles like jagged cliffs that drop 20 feet below to your death, or riverways, or mountain lions. But you have to remember, you always have to be careful and skilled to climb these features. Our poor cameraman down there did not make it so well. Unfortunately, he did not climb the cliff as well as I can. But you see, surviving is about the motivation it takes. And anyway, he took all the power bars, so we're just going to leave him. Now, the most important part of survival is water. And you want at least 4 quarts a day. And as you see right now, I found myself a source of water, and I'm going to go take advantage of that. Whenever you see water, even if you're not thirsty, you should go fill up. Now, I'm going to have to go into the water in order to get it. So I'm going to get a little bit wet, and I'm going to show you what happens afterwards. It's cold, it's very chilly. It's deep too, there's a lot of mud. But this is, you have to go in the middle, that's where the clean water is. If you don't go in the middle, you won't get any clean water and you'll get parasites. So you have to, Okay, now I have to get out immediately. It is very cold, it is very cold. If I don't warm myself up, if I don't warm myself up immediately, I'm gonna get hypothermia. I have to take my shirt off. You have to take all clothes off. You have to start doing push-ups. Do push-ups. Jumping jacks. All right. I think I'm warm. Unfortunately, I've contracted a parasite, and a bear stole my shoes. But I'm just gonna walk on. I'm gonna hope for rescue.